Tis the season to be greedy. Fa la 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 la. Lose your toes to diabetes. Fa la 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 la. I may be callous, lick my phallus. Fa la 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 la.
Hi.
Flat earthers don't believe the atlas. Ah!
Ho ho hello.
Oh!
Yeah. To the Christmas, Kwanzaa, Ramadan. I can't think of any other. Hanukkah, that's the one. Hanukkah special. Meatballs special.
Festivities are in abundance.
Yes, we're not allowed to say Christmas special.
No.
It's a festive.
It's merry holiday.
Yeah. As you can see, we are fully ready.
We are engorged in festivities.
Opening with a lovely song that I hope you wrote yourself.
Yes, it may have just been that. It just may have come out.
And yeah, so why don't we carry on the festivities
with some quick fire facts about Crimbo. Stuff that you'll never know before this. Spelt Yule.
Oh, no, you didn't.
No, the mirror did.
Oh, okay.
Fuck Christmas. Number 1. US scientists calculated that Santa would have to visit 822 homes a second to deliver all the world's presents on Christmas Eve, travelling at 650 miles a second.
Okay, my first question is, are they, like, counting every single house in the whole world?
Because some people don't have a house, but they still deserve a present.
Some people don't have houses. Some people don't even believe in Christmas. So you got to take them out.
Where do you draw the line?
And I mean, a flat. I've never understood how Father Christmas delivers to flats.
Have you not seen Wreck-It Ralph? Through the electrics.
But he's not in a computer game or video game, depending on where you're from.
650 miles a second. Robins on cards were a joke 150 years ago when postmen wore red tunics and were named after them. So it was a fuck you to the Royal Mail. Although mostly now vegetarian, in Victorian times mince pies were made with beef and spices.
Hence the name.
Boom. Despite the tale of the 3 wise men paying homage to baby Jesus, the Bible never gives a number. Matthew's gospel refers to merely wise men. So there could have been a fucking bunch of wise men.
But we're talking about humans here, so there's not going to be, a bunch of wise men, is there?
No, as we've proved with this show.
Yeah. A bunch of meatballs, basically.
We're not even wise men, not even close.
No. We shouldn't even be allowed on the internet.
No, we shouldn't. But we're here!
Yay!
Carols began as an Old English custom called waysailing, toasting neighbours to a long life. Would you toast your neighbours to a long life?
I'll toast them, but I hope they don't toast me.
Carols weren't sung in churches until they were introduced by St. Francis of Assisi in the 13th century. Hanging stockings out comes from the Dutch custom of leaving shoes packed with food for St. Nicholas's donkeys. He would leave small gifts in return in your manky old shoes. There is no reference to...
Hang on. For his donkeys?
That's what it said.
So when did reindeers come into it all?
It's Dutch. We'll get into other Santa Clauses and customs. I found out that each European country has its own retarded custom doing this research.
Okay. But I just find it weird, like, they would go as far as to... Like, because they changed carrots to orange from purple.
Yeah. So they changed donkeys to reindeers because they look more snowified. There is no reference to angels singing anywhere in the Bible. Because angels are miserable bastards. Nearly 60 million Christmas trees are grown each year in Europe. The word Noël derives from the French expression les bonnes nouvelles, or the good news. Jesus was probably born in a cave and not in a wooden stable.
In a cave.
The abbreviation of Xmas isn't irreligious. The letter X is a Greek abbreviation for Christ. The world's tallest Christmas tree, at 221 foot high, was erected in a Washington shopping mall in 1950. 221 feet inside a shopping mall.
How many decorations are you going to put on that?
The fucking cherry picker you'd need for that motherfucker. The chances of a white Christmas are just 1 in 10 for England and Wales and 1 in 6 for Scotland and Northern Ireland.
1 in 10 is still pretty good odds.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we've had 10 Christmases without...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's been a long time since the last white Christmas. Many theologians estimate that Jesus wasn't born on December 25th, but sometime in September between 6 BC and 30 AD. And that's true. They moved his birthday to the 25th of December to coincide with the pagan holidays. Not solstice, the other one. Equinox. Boom. So everybody can enjoy Christmas the same.
You seem so bitter about that.
James Pierpoint's song Jingle Bells, you might know it, was first called One Horse Open Sleigh and was written for Thanksgiving.
Well, so it was exactly the same lyrics.
Yeah.
But the song was just called One Horse Open Sleigh.
I don't think they mentioned Christmas in it. Fuck knows. Before turkey, the traditional Christmas meal in England, get ready, was a pig's head and mustard. In 16...
There cannot be that much meat on a pig's head.
I want the snout! In 1647, after the English Civil War, Oliver Cromwell banned festivities. This law wasn't lifted until 1660.
And it's pretty much now being put back in place again.
Yes. In 1999, residents of the state of Maine in America built the world's biggest ever snowman. He stood at 113 foot tall.
Wow. That's an avalanche if that falls down.
Yeah. Imagine what that looked like 6 weeks after all the snow had melted and when it goes all shitty and horrible. Just the world's largest, saddest snowman.
Just half melted.
All my friends have gone, but I'm still here. The Greeks celebrate. The Greeks celebrate Christmas on January 7th, according to the old Julian calendar, whatever the fuck that means, while Christmas presents are opened on New Year's Day. They've got it completely fucking arse backwards. Many parts of the Christmas tree can actually be eaten, with the needles being a good source of vitamin C.
For people out there, I would suggest not eating your artificial one. That's not going to go well.
We might actually brush on that later. The holly in a wreath symbolises Christ's crown of thorns, while the red berries are drops of his blood.
That's quite cool.
The first commercial Christmas cards were commissioned by civil servant Sir Henry Cole in London in 1843, featuring a family drinking wine. One sold for £8,469 last year.
But surely it's already been signed with somebody else's name.
You would have thought so, yeah. I can't use this. Hanging presents on trees may come from the Druids, who believed the tree was the giver of all good things. It's the giver of all good things, so let's chop this cunt down and drag it the fuck inside. The largest ever Christmas cracker, 45.72 metres long and 3 metres in diameter.
Why did somebody bother to make that?
It was pulled in Australia in Australia of all places, where it's not Christmassy ever. I imagine it was pulled in Australia in 91, but I guess with a truck.
Why would you bother?
We're doing festive records! The long shopping spree before Christmas began in America when relatives of soldiers posted overseas in the Second World War were encouraged to mail gifts early. Jingle Bells was the first song broadcast from space when Gemini 6 astronauts Tom Stafford and Wally Schirra sang it on December 16th, 1965. So it wasn't technically broadcast, they just sang it. Astronomers believe the Star of Bethlehem, which guided the wise men to Jesus, may have been a comet or the planet Uranus.
How could it be a comet? Because it would have... By the time they got there, it would have gone.
Not if it's far away. If it was skating across the atmosphere, yeah.
But didn't it take the wise men like fucking forever to get there?
But you know, the cult that all drank the Kool-Aid, 39 of them died because they thought that they were going to be aliens and join people. Oh, yeah. It was all about the Hale-Bopp comet, and that takes like 2 days to go around, I think.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of the fucking cult now. Santa has different names around the world. Kris Kringle in Germany, Le Befana in Italy, Pierre Noël in France, and Dushka Moros.
Dushka Moros.
Dushka Moros.
Wow.
Or Grandfather Frost in Russia. I'm calling him Dushka Moros from now on.
Dushka.
The word Christmas comes from the Old English Christus Maes, meaning Christ's Mass. The best-selling Christmas single ever is Bing Crosby's White Christmas, shifting 50 million copies worldwide since '42. In Britain, the best-selling festive single is Band-Aid's 1984 track, Do They Know It's Christmas, which sold 3.5 million copies. No, they don't know it's Christmas.
And for copyright reasons, we can't play it.
They're just trying not to die.
Of course they know it's Christmas.
Is it because they're building the presents for us? So in sucker balls.
It's a very Christian country.
Santa Claus's ethnic elves.
When I say country, I mean like continent, basically.
Yeah. Wham is the next one, which isn't too bad. I'll give you that.
You have to say that now. George Michael's dead. Rest in peace.
Faggot. Upside down artificial Christmas trees are... Upside down artificial Christmas trees are sold to allow more gifts to be piled under. I've also seen them... Have you seen the picture of the Christmas tree hanging from the ceiling?
No.
It's an upside down one just from the ceiling. It's for cat lovers. So the cat can't jump up the tree.
Okay.
Since 1947, Oslo has sent a Christmas tree to London to thank us for our help in the Second World War.
Oh, that's great. You know, a tree will sort our economy out.
Yeah, exactly. Christmas pudding was originally a soup made with raisins and wine.
Oh. If I'd known this, I would have made us some. So we could try it right now.
London sweet maker Tom Smith created the first Christmas crackers in 1847 based on the sweet wrapper design. No shit.
Hang on, wait, sorry, what? He created the first cracker. Oh,
the
Pullman crackers.
Sweets. Yeah. Not Tuck.
Jacob's cracker.
Santa Claus comes from a Dutch folktale based on St. Nicholas or Sinterklaas, who gives gifts on December 6th. Wrong fucking day again. Boxing Day gets its name from all the money collected in church alms boxes for the poor. I wonder how much they collect on Boxing Day these days. Kissing under the mistletoe is thought to spring from Frigga, the Norse goddess of love, who was associated with the plant. Frigga, the Norse goddess of love. I'm off to see Frigga. The Beatles hold the record for the most Christmas #1 singles, topping the charts to 63, 65 and 67.
Does it give you the names?
No.
Okay.
It was meant to be quickfire. Electric tree lights were invented by Edward Johnson in 1882.
Surely once they figured out normal electric tree lights probably weren't that difficult.
They probably had lights on strings for a while just up in the house. They may date back to pagan traditions, but the earliest known reference to a Christmas tree is in a German pamphlet from 1570.
Oh my good lord.
The highest... Yeah! Highest grossing Christmas movie. Take a guess.
Highest grossing Christmas movie.
Of all time.
Of all time. Well, you got very excited about it, so it can't be a normal Christmas movie.
It's not This Is Our Life or whatever it is.
It's going to be like either Home Alone or like Die Hard.
The Grinch.
Yeah.
One of the only acceptable Christmas movies.
What? Okay, you got to go into a couple of your other acceptable Christmas movies.
Home Alone 1, 2. You can watch 3 in the summer. Planes, Trains and Automobiles. Even though it's Thanksgiving, but it's a festive film.
Okay.
Trading Places.
Yeah.
Silent Night, Deadly Night, Black Christmas.
Gremlins,
yeah.
How about Step Brothers?
Oh, I never thought about that, actually. There's a Christmas bit in there, isn't there? Definitely. Step Brothers is fucking awesome.
Scrooged.
See, I've only seen it once.
You got to watch it again this year.
Yeah, I might do. We've got it.
That's on Netflix.
Oh, is it?
Beep.
Sponsored by...
Is that all of them? There's got to be more. There's got to be more acceptable.
There's a load of Christmas films that are good. I'm just a miserable cunt. We were watching Jingle All the Way the other day.
That's fantastically shit.
Yeah. We were just watching it thinking like, that Arnold Schwarzenegger is like the worst fucking dad ever.
Yeah.
And there's a post-credit scene as well. We just left it running because we're playing with the toys of the kids. And the post-credit scene is him and his wife standing there, and his wife is just like, so you've proved yourself to be a wonderful dad, and you did all of this for our son, completely by accident, to give him a great Christmas. So the question is, what did you get me for Christmas? And then it does that. Zoom in. Such a terrible movie. With the wonderfully gregarious Sinbad.
Shazam.
There are... yeah, The Grinch. I got The Grinch, saw it at the cinema, got the VHS, wore the fucking thing out. Apart from one little segment, which is where the little girl sings about how she doesn't understand Christmas.
Do you normally skip that bit by any chance?
That bit came through crystal clear. Alright, this one's for a little bit set up for later. There are 13 Santas in Iceland, each leaving a gift for children. They come down from the mountain one by one, starting on December 12th, and have names like Spoon Licker, Door Sniffer, and Meat Hook.
Meat Hook?
Yes. We'll get back to that later.
Meat Hook? What the fuck?
Spoon Licker!
That's like a terrible Disney version of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Spoon Licker, Door Sniffer, Meat Hook. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was invented for a US firm's Christmas promotion in 1938. Gold-wrapped chocolate coins commemorate St. Nicholas, who gave bags of gold coins to the poor. I'd rather have a couple of gold coins than fucking chocolate. Because the chocolate in the gold Christmas coins are shit. They're the same as the fucking... They're the same as Easter egg. Shit. They're the same as Easter egg chocolate. It's shit.
No, it depends what Easter egg chocolate you get. Because if you get a brand name chocolate, it tastes just like their chocolate.
What I want is some Christmas coins. You open the foil, and it's them fucking Belgium shell chocolate inside.
Oh, the Julian. Gillian.
Yeah.
Gillian, not Julian. Gillian.
Yeah, boy.
Hang on, wait a minute. Is it even Gillian?
Or just straight crack.
I might have just made that up.
It's G-U... Yes.
Is it
I think
Gillian?
it is Gillian, yeah.
So I just keep thinking of... oh, fuck, what's it called? Running Man? But that's Killian, isn't it?
The first Christmas celebrated in Britain is thought to have been in York in 521 AD. Left it a bit late after the old Jesus getting knocked off to fucking 500 years.
Yeah, but I mean, he comes back every year, so...
That's true. In Greece, Italy, Spain and Germany, workers get a Christmas bonus of 1 month's salary. By law! We're in the wrong fucking country.
Aren't we part of the European Union still?
Not
for the moment.
quite!
For the moment.
And number 50. In the Czech Republic, they enjoy dinners of fish soup, eggs, and carp. The number of people at the table must be even, or the one without a partner will die next year.
I'm pretty sure most of them probably have some severe fucking gut rot the next day. Like, they're going to all feel like they're fucking dying.
That, like... You gather round with your family at Christmas to have your caviar and fish dinner. Your nan died last year. Yeah. Your poor granddad sits at the head of the table. You know who's next.
Yeah. Knowing that he's fucking gonna die. Oh, man. 50 facts. 50 fun fucking facts about Christmas.
So do you want to jump into Christmas in Iceland while it's fresh in our minds?
Let's do it.
We'll do that, and then we've got a very special message from a very special man.
Oh, yes.
After this.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I'm on the official Iceland website, and they have a whole bit about Christmas in Iceland on there for tourists or what the like. And I'm about halfway down, and they're each headed about, like, we do this, we do that, this is what we eat. This section is called Children Come First. Meat hook. Church holidays, especially Easter and Christmas, have become an important strand in the social fabric of Iceland. As in many other countries, Icelandic Christmas is centred around children. For example, Christmas is not seen as an occasion for drinking alcohol. Families get together, enjoy good food, not caviar.
And eggs.
Or raisins and wine soup. Dress up in their best clothes and spend time with each other. Christmas, more than any other time of the year, is when Icelanders abroad travel home to be with their families. Children get around 2 to 3 weeks of Christmas holidays. In elementary and middle school, the last day of school before Christmas is called Small Christmas. On this day, children bring cookies and sodas to school. Aren't they lucky? What a free world we live in.
like every day our kids are just stuffing their faces with cookies and fucking soda and anything else they can get their hands on.
Only on Small Christmas. I'm too big for Small Christmas. Give me a 6-pack. They light candles in their previously decorated classrooms, sing Christmas carols, and sometimes even dance around a Christmas tree. The tradition is so popular with elementary school children that many of them have insisted on continuing this in high school, and they decorate their classrooms and spend the day walking from classroom to classroom admiring each other's handiwork.
Just imagine if you were like the only person that just didn't want to do it. Like, no, I'm not. I'm too old for this shit.
I'm Jewish. Just got
in the corner.
He's just got his own little menorah in the corner, lighting it by himself. Although some teachers still insist on having classes this day of school, to the dismay of their students, this day is gradually becoming more of a holiday and less of a school day. Wear your own clothes day.
Bring toys in for the last day of semester.
Yay! Okay, Christmas dinner. In centuries past, most people would slaughter a lamb and have... I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce any of these Icelandic words.
I thought you were going to say I'm not even going to attempt to slaughter a lamb.
I might be able to do that.
Well, I suppose the slaughtering part you could probably do, but actually cutting it up into a eatable piece of meat is probably...
I wouldn't know how to do it properly...
But you could get a piece of meat of it.
I'd sure have a go, yeah. I'd whip some meat off a lamb. I've done it to smaller critters before.
Squirrels.
And have... I'm just going to try and pronounce this one. Kiyotsupa. for Christmas dinner a meat broth with bits of meat in it.
What, like undisclosed meat? It's like a surprise. It's like,
meat hook.
I'm not sure what this is.
Kjötsúpa is still common in Iceland, although not as Christmas dinner. Poorer families would have ptarmigan for Christmas. Don't know what that is. Nowadays, the most common Christmas dishes in Iceland are ham, smoked lamb, and ptarmigan. Ptarmigan is no longer a food for the poor and has become very popular with the Icelanders, much like lobster. And
Is that actually what it says? Much like lobster?
no, that was my bit of knowledge
What,
shot
it
across
started
the
out
table.
as like a poor man's food, and
Yeah.
then
Now it's a delicacy for some reason. These dishes are lavishly prepared with side dishes including potatoes prepared in many different ways, peas, beans, gravy, jam.
Sorry.
The cook usually spends most of the day cooking with help, of course, from other family members. Bullshit! Get out of my kitchen! I'm fucking knackered. I've been in the kitchen all day. We offered to help. Get out of my kitchen! Okay, now we move on to the Christmas cat. An old Icelandic folklore states that everyone has to get one new piece of clothing at Christmas. Anyone who was left out was in danger of being eaten by a malicious beast called the Christmas cat.
What? Hang on, wait a minute. You had to have a new piece of clothing as a present,
Yes.
otherwise you get eaten by a cat. That's a fucking cop-out if ever I heard one. That's just, yeah...
Maybe that's why we all get fucking socks and undies
Exactly.
for Christmas.
I was going to say, that is the only reason we get
It
fucking
counts.
socks.
Maybe that's why the only reason we're still alive right now. Haven't been eaten by the Christmas cat.
Anybody that's buying me presents out there, don't get me any clothing. I want to see if I get eaten by a giant cat.
It might be the one that you were looking for, that massive fluffy thing that you were when you were going to get a cat.
What, the Maine Coon?
Yeah.
Maybe I will buy a cat next year and that will end up eating me.
It'll lick you to death with his fucking sandpaper tongue.
Just end up being a tiger.
The Christmas cat is Greiler's cat. See the Yule lads, which we're going to see in a second.
Okay.
And every effort was made to ensure that no one would go to the Christmas cat. Thus, everyone worked very hard to make a new piece of clothing for each member of the household.
Oh, well, now
so
it's
you're just
getting
getting like
ridiculous.
a sewn up burlap sack. The first stories about the Christmas cat arose in the 19th century and were probably aimed at lazy children. It seems to have worked, as to this day everyone gets a new piece of clothing either before or at Christmas.
I know we're... Well, I say we're adults. But even as a child, if somebody said to me, you're going to get eaten by a cat.
The Christmas cat.
Yeah, the Christmas cat. I don't think I'd have been that scared by that.
And it's...
I mean, like, if they said, like, a fucking monster or something, then...
Even like the Christmas jaguar will slice you in twain, like
Yeah.
the Christmas pussy. Who's scared of a cat?
Exactly.
Similar stories exist about a bull in the Baltics and a goat in Norway.
A goat. A satanic goat.
Yeah.
The cage.
The cage. Now the Yule lads. These are the 13 Santas.
They really sound like a bunch of fun fellas.
Icelanders have not one, but 13 Santas or Yule lads. These lads are not related to Santa Claus in any way. They are descendants of trolls and were originally used to scare children. In the last century, however, they've become a lot friendlier. The number of Yule lads has varied throughout the centuries, but now they are consistently 13. The number 13 was seen in a poem in the 18th century, and the names that they carry today was published in John Arneson's folklore collection of 1862. Their current names are... I'm not going to do the fucking
Norwegian.
Icelandic.
Oh, it's Icelandic.
Sheepfold stick.
Sorry. Sheepfold stick.
Sheepfold stick.
That doesn't even make any
That's
sense.
just the first
That doesn't
one.
even make any sense.
Gilly oath.
Yeah, you can get away with that one.
Shorty.
Yeah. He's probably really tall.
Irony. Slender Man. Spoon liquor. Pot liquor. This one's really bad. Bowl liquor.
No, if I was a kid, I'd be scared of him.
That's the little pervy. Door slammer. Glutton. Sausage pilfer. That's a bit pervy.
Sausage pilfer. I'm sure when they named him, it was completely harmless. But now...
It's far from it. The next one's peeper. Sniffer. Meat hook. And candle beggar. As you can tell from these names, the lads are very mischievous and have retained their unique characteristics.
Yeah, especially bow liquor.
What does that even mean? Bow liquor. How festive is that? They've got, oh, the Christmas cat, and bow liquor will bring you presents. They live in their mountains with their parents, Grilla and Leopoldi. They come to town one by one. In the days before Christmas, the first one arrives on December 12th and the last one December 23rd. Formerly, they try to pilfer their favourite things or play tricks on people, like sticking a tongue up their arse by the sound of it.
Or pilfering their sausage.
But now their main role is to give children small gifts. Every child in Iceland puts their best shoe in their bedroom windowsill on December 12th. Some try to put their boot in the hope that they'll get more, but so far the Yule lads haven't been fooled. And they get a small gift from each lad when he arrives in town. But beware not to be naughty, or the lad might just leave a rotten potato in your shoe.
Hang on, so you put a shoe in the window?
Yeah.
So the Yule lad, fucking bow liquor, doesn't take your shoe.
Trundles on down from the mountainside, pops a little prezzy in your shoe, and then trundles on back up. And if you've been naughty, you get a rotten potato.
I just don't understand. Why have you got to put the shoe? Like, surely that like the tooth fairy.
Yeah.
You put the tooth there. The tooth fairy wants the tooth, takes the tooth, puts the money underneath.
Yeah,
right? Why would you put a shoe in a window?
What's Shorty gaining from this? Does he take the laces?
He probably can't fucking reach anyway.
Their original clothing are rags that are similar to a farmer's clothes in the 18th century, and they are often seen carrying their favourite food. If they're carrying their favourite food, what do they go need to peel for sausages for if it's already carrying sausages?
Or lick bowels.
Yeah! Nowadays, however, they're usually seen in familiar red clothing with white beards and black boots.
See, the thing is... Oh, shit. The thing is, that would make sense, right? They're like in farmer's clothing, so they're a bit like grubby, they're a bit... Yeah. So the fact that you'd offer your shoe to them makes fucking sense.
Yeah.
But no, they don't take it. They leave it there and just give you a gift instead. What the fuck?
That's just like, oh, that house's lights are on. We'll have their TV. They often make appearances at Christmas dances, which are popular among Icelandic children. Adults are of course welcome to join them. Dance around the Christmas tree and sing carols. The highlight of the dance is when one of the Yule lads joins the celebration and dances and sings with the kids and usually gives them a goodie bag before he leaves. I'm assuming that's a local dwarf.
Yeah.
They're the sons and daughters of trolls. They've got to be little, surely. The day after Christmas, the first lad returns to the mountains, when they leave one by one until the last one leaves on January 6th, which is the last day of the Christmas season. I want to know what kind of present bow liquor is going to leave you in a shoe.
I'm wondering what kind of present you should leave bow liquor in a shoe.
A soft, fresh turd. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now to hang on to your seatbelts and listen to this fantastic message from a jolly old soul.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll have that a bit more later. Oh, what? Oh, no. No. What? do you two lazy bastards want now? For fuck's sake, I thought I'd seen the last of you years ago. I mean, you were both at the top of my naughty list as kids, but I felt sorry for you, yeah. I even gave Bam his first guitar. I thought he'd become such a great rock star being such a bad lad. But look, just like other people I know not so far away, he's turned to YouTubing. What a fucking waster. And who does that Toby think he is, wearing that stupid fucking hat? Bet he goes bald by the time he's 40. I do watch your videos though, and I really like the one about eating children. I could do well at that. Think in one night the feast I could have. And I'll be saving the planet by reducing the human population by a few million. Should make me a fucking saint, yeah. Well, you two have a really shit Christmas, just like the other previous ones. And all your viewers, make sure you subscribe. I mean, it's only a question of putting your finger on the subscribe button, for fuck's sake. Now all of you, bugger off! I'm busy! Bye for now! Cheers!
Hey! Santa had one too many. He's a fucking liar. He didn't give me my first guitar. Me uncle did.
And I'm clearly not going to go bald before I'm 40.
You silver fox, you. We're going to end up with like some Hatgate situation going on.
Yeah, we are, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, so thank you to Gordon from The Gordon Show for sending that beautiful video in.
Yes.
Hopefully you'll see more of him in the future.
We've just spilt something.
I think we were visited by a Yule lad.
Fuck you, bow liquor. Yeah, make sure you check out his videos. Make sure you subscribe to his channel because he is funny.
He's funny as fuck.
If you like listening to us talk shit, then you should listen to him.
Yeah, boy.
Talk
anything that pisses you off, like we talk about,
yeah,
he's covered it.
Yeah.
Vaping.
Yeah.
In the last episode. Cheers. Right. Now we're going to brush across, seeing as we're doing a happy, festive kind of show.
Woo!
80,000 accidents in Christmas every year.
Can I just take this time out?
Yeah.
To
You're about to leave. I'll hold the show.
There was something we should have said at the beginning of the show.
What's that?
Happy Christmas Eve.
From Toby.
We probably should have kicked this show off with that.
We'll end it with a nice Christmas message.
Okay, then we'll cut this bit out then.
Okay.
Carry on.
For some, it will be full of festive fun, but for others, Christmas is an accident waiting to happen. For many of the meatballs out there, of course.
Right, every day's a day of accidents for the meatballs out there.
Yeah. Experts predict around 80,000 revellers will need hospital treatment over the festive season. Falls, cuts and burns will account for most of the injuries. Who goes to the hospital for a cut?
Depends how deep it is.
I guess.
Like, if you take a machete to the arm, you're probably
Well, I wouldn't call that a cut. I'd call that a gash.
But did that just happen? Did that just happen?
But the Royal Society for the Prevention of Accidents warns that there are often fatalities, with 26 people dying from watering Christmas trees with the lights on in the last 13 years. 26! Okay.
Do you know, actually, there's a guy that did a Kickstarter campaign, beware of Kickstarter, for a thing that, like an automated watering thing for your Christmas tree. Like, how fucking lazy have you got to be?
You only have to water it like once a week, don't
Exactly.
you? Just get a fake one! They're much better.
Who has real ones nowadays?
Do you have real Christmas trees? Comment in the section below.
And if you do, how long do you take clearing up the fucking needles
and
every
the sap
day?
as well?
Yeah, it's just people are crazy.
Right. The most common A&E trips include children biting into glass baubles.
Ouch.
Yes. Adults plunging from makeshift ladders such as tables. More than 1,000 are expected to be treated after falling while decorating the tree. Hundreds will cut themselves with knives while opening presents. Who opens a present with a knife? Look, it's paper.
Can we just go back to the previous?
Sure.
Unless you've got that 225-foot fucking tree,
Yeah.
why would you ever need to stand on anything to get to the top of it?
Yeah. Even if you're like 4 foot, you can still reach the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are really getting quite miserable in this episode.
It was gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not light-hearted
It's Meatballs. It is light-hearted. Get ready for this one, right?
Okay.
Every year?
Every year?
Every year, there are also a number of people who break their arms from pulling crackers.
That break their arms?
From pulling a piece of paper or cardboard.
Oh no! What's happened to my arm? How the fuck do you do that? Like, do people are they grabbing on it and like really fucking yanking on it?
Straight for a plate glass window.
Yeah.
I honestly don't believe that.
That's just crazy.
ROSPA estimates 200 people will cut themselves due to not removing all the pins from a new shirt. Are they buying shirts from the 1920s?
This is, yeah, I mean, I've never bought a shirt and thought, oh fuck, something's just fucking stung, well not stung me, but no.
Yeah, you buy a new shirt and you go, right, is there a tag? Otherwise I'm going to look like a dick walking around with a shirt with a tag hanging out. It's urging families to carry out simple safety precautions to stop their Christmas being ruined. Suggestions include using new lights which carry a CE mark, always unplugging them before changing burnt out bulbs, and turning them off before you go to bed or leave the house. The busiest time for A&E every year is the Friday before Christmas. I would have thought it'd be like New Year's Eve or something like that.
Well, yeah, because...
Or fireworks.
Yeah, well, there's a lot more risk there.
Yeah.
Because New Year's Eve... Well, the amount of alcohol that must get drunk on New Year's Eve. And obviously fireworks, people can't be trusted with fireworks anyway. Even if they're sober, most people can't be... Like, people can't even be trusted with... Sparklers.
So, do you want to hear some festive creepypasta?
Oh, fuck, no.
It's not creepypasta, it's just a haunted Christmas story.
Okay.
I never really believed in supernatural stuff, but this incident made me believe otherwise. This was about 9 years ago in Samoa. I was playing hide and seek with the other little kids from my mum's village of Satua, Western Samoa. I was quite young then, so I always followed my older cousin around. It was the middle of the night, and most of the kids were used to hiding anywhere in the dark. I wasn't used to it as I was only there for the Christmas holidays. I actually live in Australia. With a big fucking cracker. Anyway, we all went to hide. Since we were all hiding in the graveyard, we all found our way around in the light of the church cast onto the graveyard. We all hid in the shadows and waited for the boy. We could all hear the boy coming, so we kept quiet. The boy was pretty loud, so we watched what he was making a fuss about. He had walked into the church as he thought his brother was hiding there. As he walked into the church, he later told us he saw a boy standing right at the front of the altar. He didn't know if it was his brother because the boy's back was turned. He ran up and tapped the boy on the shoulder. As soon as he did this, the strange boy disappeared. Our friend fainted. We went home to tell his parents and we returned with the boy. We went home to tell his parents and we returned with the boy's parents to find him still lying there, dead still. They just left him there.
It's just like, what do we do? Let's not take him with us.
The parents took the boy home and we never played in the graveyard at night again. We later found out that the boy's brother had been home the whole time and he hadn't been to the church at all. What really scared us was that the boy who fainted has been ill ever since that night and still hasn't recovered to this day. Cancer. Whoever it was in the church must have been pretty mad that the kids had disturbed him. Maybe it was a grey. Because lots of people who have alien encounters have cancer later on in life.
Well, hang on, wait a minute.
Because of the radiation used to power the crafts.
If you remember the first episode of the Meatballs video podcast,
yes,
I believe there was a story about a graveyard in that as well. So maybe they were just filming a porno.
Maybe. Maybe by disappeared, he means his erection suddenly disappeared. Shooting ropes on the altar. Alright, and we're going to round off this beautiful episode with a brief explanation of the...
Oh, hang on, wait a minute. That was the end of that story.
That was it, yeah.
So there was, like, no talking of who the boy actually was. There's no, like, history behind the ghost. There's no... You're leaving me, like, wanting more, and...
That's a first for these ghost stories. I'm just going to leave it there.
I need to know.
Well, I've closed the page now. There was about 7 stories on there, and that was just the shortest one. Alright, Krampus. In folklore, Krampus is a horned anthropomorphic figure described as half goat, half demon, who during the Christmas season punishes children who have misbehaved. In contrast with St. Nicholas, who rewards the well-behaved with gifts, Krampus is one of the companions of St. Nicholas in several countries, including Austria, Bavaria, Croatia, Czech Republic, Hungary, Slovenia, South Tyrol, and parts of northern Italy. The origin of the figure is unclear. Some folklorists and anthropologists have postulated its pre-Christian origin. In traditional parades and such events as the Krampuslauf, or the Krampus Run, or Krampusnacht, or Krampus Night, young men dressed as Krampus participate. Such events occur annually in most alpine towns. Krampus is featured on holiday greeting cards called Krampuskarten. And I've seen a few of the parades. The Krampusnacht parades are amazing. If you get the chance, YouTube it. It's basically all of the men in the village dress up as the Krampus, like this fucking hideous goat thing. They just run round beating people up. They hit them with...
What?
Literally. They hit people on the back of the legs with sticks to chase people around. It's fucking... It sounds like the best holiday ever.
But then if every man in the town is dressed up as Krampus, who is there to hit?
Women and children. The best.
It's the one night of the year where you can beat the shit out your wife.
And all the pussies who don't participate.
It's like a really poor version of The Purge.
It really is. It actually is, yeah. Although Krampus appears in many variations, most share some common physical characteristics. He's hairy, usually brown or black, and has the cloven hoons? I'm losing it right now. Although Krampus appears...
It's too much coffee.
It is, yeah. He's hairy, usually brown or black, and has cloven hooves and horns of a goat. His long pointed tongue lolls out and he has fangs. Bowlicker.
It's Bowlicker's real dad.
Krampus carries chains thought to symbolise the binding of the devil by a Christian church. He thrashes the chains for dramatic effect. The chains are sometimes accompanied with bells of various sizes. Of more pagan origins are the rootin bundles of birch branches. I can say this now. A faggot. Bundles of birch branches that Krampus carries and with which he occasionally swats children. The rootin may have had significance in pre-Christian pagan initiation rites. The birch branches are replaced with a whip in some representations. Ooh, kinky. Sometimes Krampus appears with a sack or a basket strapped to his back. This is to cart off evil children for drowning, eating, or transportation to hell.
See, now that's something I can get behind, being scary. Not a fucking cat.
Exactly. He will literally just chuck you in a bag and drag you off to eat you or take
put
you
in
hell.
the river and you're going to die.
Some of the older versions make mention of naughty children being put in the bag and taken away. This quality can be found in other companions of St. Nicholas, such as Zwarte Piet, Black Pete.
The goat.
That's Black Phillip.
Oh, okay.
From the film The Witch.
I just remember you mentioning
Black
it before.
Phillip, Black Phillip. Yeah, so that's pretty much exhausted my festive research.
As you can tell, it's a very happy time of year. Stay safe out there, though.
Yes, please do.
So if you want to stand on tables because you can't reach the top of a 5-foot tree, if you want to, water your fake tree.
Be careful. Wear an arm brace when you pull a cracker.
Yes. Don't break your arm.
Don't feed your children glass baubles.
Yes. What else was there?
Please drink and drive. Drive in the ice. We need less of you.
Yeah.
To be frank.
And watch out for bow liquor.
He's about.
He is about.
I'm going to find out. We're in the middle of the Yule lads right now.
Bow liquor could be coming. I'm going to put a shoe in my window tonight.
Which is the Christmas Eve Yule lad? We'll find out. Which was your favourite Yule lad? Comment below.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was there? Spoon liquor.
Spoon liquor. Store sniffer. Peeper.
Peeper. So yeah.
Yeah, man.
Again, we should probably say, have a very Merry Christmas.
Yeah, man.
Meatball Video podcast. Thank you for your support. And one lucky winner will not win any of this stuff.
Are these actual presents or are
these
they
are
just
actual
boxes?
presents. Yeah, these are actual presents wrapped. That's for Bubbles. I don't know who Bubbles is.
Bubbles.
Bubbles
From the Trailer Park Boys.
That's for Teddy.
Did you wrap presents for your stuffed toys? Bubbles and Teddy?
Yes. So yeah, these are real presents and they're staying there.
Alright. Thank you very much for watching. Do the awkward point.
Oh, okay.
Sponsored by caffeine.
The only way to feel human.
Mine's empty. Hence the energy.